little bit. So here we go. This is a review from yesterday. We had a lot of people absent and then a lot of people who just need more practice. So let's start out with a review. So on this first one, x minus 3y equals negative 3. It has to be in y equals format before you can do anything. It has to be in y equals format. So I'm going to draw my line and circle y. I know it's really small on your paper. Just do your best. Draw a line and circle y. All right, who's moving first to the other side? Anybody? X. So what do I do with it? Good. And I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 with it. I encourage you to do that too. Put a 1 with it. So you're going to minus 1x. Okay, what's still with the y? Very good. Negative 3. So I'm going to divide each number by negative 3. Divide each one by negative 3. Okay? All right, so I get y equals, and you have to simplify this part. What's negative 3 divided by negative 3? Very good. Positive 1. And then negative 1 divided by negative 3 turns into a positive. Don't just leave it a fraction. So 1 divided by 3 is just 1/3. Okay? And put your x with it. Okay. All right, so this is my y equals. I'm going to write it down here since I filled in my space. All right, so I've got m equals and b equals. Andrew, which one of these is my m? Very good, and then that means my b must be 1. Okay? Levi, which one of these goes on the graph first? Yep, the b. All right, what's the word for b? What's it called? Very good. All right. So this is your y-intercept. So it has to go on the y. This is the y. So I'm going to put a point at 1. It has to go on the y because it's the y-intercept. Then, Zach, what am I going to do with this 1/3? What direction does that tell me to go? Good. Up 1 and then over 3. And guys, it doesn't have to be exact on your paper. Don't stress about that. Just close, okay? Just estimate. Don't spend 10 minutes trying to make it exact, okay? Just do your best. All right, this one, y equals 4. This one's special. Gavin, what's this one missing? What letter? X. It's missing X. So this one, we're going to make sure we do it step by step. I'm going to put 4 on the y. So draw an arrow. That is helpful to do. Draw an arrow. So 4 goes on the y. Here's the y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a point. Now, don't draw a line up and down. There's already a line up and down. You don't want to draw another one, okay? Draw one that intersects it, okay, that crosses it. So your line's going to go straight across. Sarah, what kind of slope does this line have? Very good. 0. Guys, you can just put a 0 if you want. Always write it out. Doesn't matter. Either one's fine. And Louie, what does B stand for again? Because it's your what? What's it called? The y-intercept. So this one crosses y at the 4. Okay. All right. C. Elizabeth, what's the first thing you have to do when you see a problem like this? Good. And circle. Good. So this one has to be put in y equals format. So Julius, what moves to the other side first? Very good. And it becomes what? Stephanie, what else am I doing on this problem? Good. All right, so I get y equals Mary. What's 10 divided by negative 5? And Sarah, negative 2 divided by negative 5? Very good. Turns into a positive 2 over 5x. Good job, Sarah. So I'm going to write it down here, guys, just because I don't have space. So depending on your handwriting, you can put it wherever you want. Levi, what would be my m on this one? 2/5. M is always with the x. M is always with the x, okay? And so that means B is negative 2. All right, Neve, I know you weren't here yesterday, but give it a guess. Which one of these goes on the graph first? Very good. It's the y-intercept, guys, so you put it on the y. Go to negative 2 on the y. This is the y-intercept. It's also your starting value. So you start with the negative 2. Louis, what do I do for the 2/5? What do I do? And? Okay, once again, guys, just sketch it out. Don't spend a lot of time trying to make it exact. Just do your best, okay? Yes, Julius. D. Caitlin, what do you notice about this one? What do you see off the bat? It's missing a Y, right? It's missing a Y. So this one is one where I'm going to draw an arrow. That just helps me, all right? If it helps me, it's probably going to help you, so I encourage you to do that. So this one, I put -3 on the what? X. I only do that because there's no Y. So you can't put anything on the Y. There is no Y. So you put -3. Negative is to the left. So there's a point at -3. Now you've got two choices. You can draw a line straight across or up and down. There's already a line straight across, so I want to draw it up and down. Okay. James, what kind of slope does that one have? No slope. Natasha, what does B stand for? What word? Y-intercept. Guys, where does this one cross the Y? Nowhere. All right, so there's none. There's no Y-intercept, okay? All right. First word problem. Samantha's ride to school is 4 minutes more than 2/3 Tom's travel time. Which graph shows the possible times of Samantha and Tom's ride to school? All right, first thing I want you to do is make a Y equals. Make a Y equals. Write this on your paper. If I write it, you should write it. So Y equals. We're going to let Samantha be Y. So Samantha's ride to school is. So that's where I got the Y equals from. I'm letting Samantha be the letter Y, and is what? Equals, okay? So what do you think comes after the equals? 4. 4 minutes more than. What do you think I put for more than? Plus. All right, what comes after the plus? 2/3. And then good, I'm going to let Tom be X. So this is my Y equals. Y equals 4 plus 2/3 X, okay? Julius, which one of these is the Y-intercept? Very good. 4 is my Y-intercept. So if I look at the graphs, guys, this is the Y. It has to be at 4 on this. So does this one have a 4 on the Y? Yes. Does this one have a point at 4 on the Y? No. So I'm going to cross this one out. So 4 has to be on the Y. All right, what about C? Does it have a point at 4? And then D, does it? Yes. Okay. Then from there, Allison, what does this mean I have to do? Good. So I'm going to start at A. Go up 2 over 3. Does this go like that, guys? No. So it can't be A. So this one up 2 over 3. Does D work? Yes. So circle D. All right. Number 2. Bailey's walk to school is 10 minutes less than 3/2 Alex's walk time. Which graph illustrates this? First thing I want you to do is write a Y equals. Which person is Y in this case? Bailey. So we're letting Bailey be Y. Bailey's walk to school is. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and say it on the thing. This word less than, circle that. Circle less than and put arrows with it. Okay. Less than is a tricky one. Less than always means you have to do something extra, and here's why. Let me just take a time out for a minute. What if I told you I had $50 less than you, and you have 100? Okay? What if I said I've got $50 less than you have, and you have 100? How much money do I have? 50. In your head, did you do 50 minus 100, or did you do 100 minus 50? 100 minus 50. So you automatically do it in your head, you just don't realize it. When you see less than, you switch these two numbers, because otherwise it'd give you a negative answer, which you don't want, okay? So if it's 10 minutes less than her, we're actually going to minus 10 at the end. We're going to minus 10 at the end. So when you see less than, this number goes at the end. So we're going to minus 10. All right, what other number did they give us? 3/2, yep, 3 over 2. And what needs to go beside 3 over 2? X, because it says 3/2 of Alex, okay? We'll do more of these, okay, so don't worry about them. We'll get used to them. All right. Elizabeth. Let's finish this. I can't remember who I called on, so I'll just do it. Which one of these is the y-intercept? What? -10 is the y-intercept. Now, you'll notice, remember, this is the y. Does it go down to -10? So you're going to have to kind of imagine it. But this one starts at +10. That can't be right, because what kind of 10 is it? Negative. So this one starts at +10. So we can mark this one out. Same thing here. Where does this one start? +10. So we can mark this one out. Now, let's look at this one. Here's your line. So imagine it keep going. Is it possible that it starts at -10? Very possible. Same thing here. Draw your line out. Does this one possibly start at -10? Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we need to test the slope. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Remember, with slope, you can start at any point you want. Gavin, what does it mean for 3/2? What does that mean I do with my marker? All right, does this one match, Gavin? No. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, the last one. All right, any questions? All right, number 3. Zach, read it for us. Christie's? All right. Rebecca, what did you write for your y equals? Which one should get the x? Because it's 1/2 Brienne, so we're letting Brienne be x. Good. Andrew, which one's your y-intercept? 3? Did you say that? All right, so we need to have 3 on the y. Destiny, which 2 can we mark out? Which 2 don't have it starting at 3 on the y? So this one does. What about this one? Is it starting here? It's starting down here, so we can mark this one out. This one's starting where it should. Is this one starting? No. So we can mark these 2 out. Okay. James, what does it mean for the 1/2 to do what? Good. So that one is a up 1/2. This next one, match each description. All right. So this one we're just going to talk about as a class. Y equals ax plus b. A and B are both greater than 0. What does that mean, to be greater than 0? What's another way to say that? Someone said it. Who? So it's positive? Zach said it? Good. Greater than 0, write this on your paper, please, means that they are positive. A and B are positive. All right. A is with the x. So what does that mean A is? What word? Anybody? If it's with the x, what word is it? Very good, Neve. All right, so A is your slope. What do we know B is? Y-intercept. So our slope and our y-intercept are positive. That's what that sentence means. So let's go through each graph. This one, does it have a positive y-intercept? Yes. What about the slope? That's negative because it's going down. Okay. What about this one? Does it have a positive y-intercept? Nope, it's below 0. Okay, so that's not positive. What about this one? Remember that y equals mx plus b is the formula for a what? Do we know? Did we talk about that? It's the formula for a line. It's the formula for a line. Is this a straight line? Nope. Okay. This one, does it have a positive y-intercept? Does it have a positive slope? Yep. So this first one is D. This first one is D. Okay. This second one, y equals ax plus b. A is less than 0. So what does it mean to be less than 0? Very good. Once again, A is beside the x. So what does that mean A is? The slope. So the slope is negative. Okay. And what is B? What does that mean? Positive. And what word is B? Y-intercept. Okay. Zach, which one of these graphs has a negative slope and a positive y-intercept? A. Very good. Okay, so D and A. Number 5. Destiny, read it for us. Good. Louie, what do I want you to do first before you pick a graph? Good. Make a y equals. Allison, how many birdhouses is he starting with? Very good. On January 1st, he had 8. So that's when he's starting. So he has 8 birdhouses. Neve, what else happens to his birdhouses? So how would I write that with my function? Plus 2x. Good. Okay. Julius, he's not in here. 70, which one of these is the y-intercept? Elizabeth, which graph can we mark out that doesn't have a y-intercept of 8? H and? So it needs to start at 8. These two start at 8. And Gavin, which answer would be the correct one? All right, what does this mean to do? What's this one doing? So it has to be this one. It's got to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Yes, Caitlin? Number 6. The original value of a computer is 4,000 and decreases in value at a rate of 500 per year. Which graph shows the value of the computer as a function of its age in years? Natasha, what do I want you to do first? Caitlin, what's it starting at? Okay, what else would I put in my function, Caitlin? What? Y. Why is it minus? Says decreases, so that's a minus, and then per year is why you put a X. Okay. Sarah, are there any that don't start at 400? No. Is there any one that you can mark off though that you know is wrong automatically? All right. Which one is it supposed to go? Negative. So which one can you mark out? Yep. H is going up, and we know it's going down, guys. Okay, be careful. We've kind of talked about this before. What's between 3,000 and 4,000? So each block is 500. So when you go down 500, you're really only going down to 3,500 over 1. So I know it's hard to see, but that one doesn't do it. This one, go down to 3,500 and over 1. Does this one work? Yeah. So G is the answer. And then this one doesn't work either. Okay. So those are kind of hard to see. All right. Number 7, a maid service charges $10 per hour plus a base charge of $20. Which graph shows the relationship between the number of hours and the amount charged? All right. Andrew, what did you put for your Y equals? Good. You could also put y equals 10x plus 20. Okay. Levi, what's a graph that you marked out that you knew wasn't right? All right, because it didn't start at 20. All right, C kind of starts a little below 20. Rebecca, what other one can we mark out? Yeah, so let's talk about this one. Okay, so guys, which one of these is the starting value? 20. So does this one start at 20? No. Okay, does this one start at 20? Yes, all right, because this is 50. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Does this one start at 20? Yes. Okay, so it needs to start at 20. What else does it need to go? Up 10. How much is one block on this one? 10. So up 10 over 1. Does that one work? Nope. So Rebecca was right. You can mark this one out. Does this one go up 10 over 1? Yeah. So that one is B. All right. Number 8, the oil reservoir in my car has a leak. The reservoir can hold 5 quarts of oil, but it loses a half quart each day. Mary, give us a try for the y equals. What do you think it would be? Very good. 5 minus 1 over 2x. Why was it a minus, Mary? Yep, because it loses a half each day. Okay. James, what would I need to do to graph this? How would I start it? Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, Allison, what would I do from there? Good. And guys, you go to the right when you go down. Okay? So that's how you would graph that one. Last page. Number 9, the graph shows the level of water in a lake. Which description shows the relationship between the amount of water in the lake and the time that has elapsed since the data began to be recorded? Louis, what's one thing right off the bat, one observation you can make about the graph? All right, it's got a negative slope. Good, it's going down. Guys, if you look, what word should they use for going down? Decreases. So look. Okay, so Louis says it's negative, so it has to be doing what? What does it have to be doing? Decreasing. So you can mark out C, and you can mark out A right off the bat. Just by one quick looking at the graph, you know it has to be decreasing. Okay? The amount of water began at a level of 20 feet. The amount of water began at a level of 20 feet. So they both say it starts at 20. Is that true? Okay. Now the question is, does it go down by 2 or does it go down by 1/2? What should we put underneath 2? A 1. So I'm going to start here. And again, you're just going to have to think about it and you'll be okay. How do I go from 20 if I'm going down to, what number would I end up at? 18. So I would go down to 18 and then over. Does that one work? Okay. This one, you would go down 1 over 2. Does that work? Nope. So this one is B. Okay. All right, number 10. Megan is selling chocolate bars to raise money for the field trip. She makes 75 cents per chocolate bar, but paid $6 for the entire box of chocolate bars. Write a function rule showing her profit and graph. What do you think the key word is on this one? Well, I mean, that's important, but what's the key word? Profit. Circle that. Circle, circle. Let's make a circle. Circle profit. Circle profit. Write this on your paper, please. This gets people every time. Profit is, what is profit? It's how much you make. So it's the money you make. But what else do you have to consider when you're trying to make a profit? What you pay for it. So it's the money you make, but you have to subtract what you paid for or what it cost you. Look at this. How is she making money?
75 cents.
She's making money with the chocolate bar. So how much is each chocolate bar? So I'm going to put 0.75, and it's per chocolate bar. So I'm going to put a what? X. But then I have to take away, what did she pay for the box? $6. So this is my y equals. Okay? It's really hard to do decimals on a graph. You might know what 0.75 is as a fraction. Very good. 3/4. 3/4 out of $1 is 75 cents. So 3/4 x minus 6. Okay, so make sure you have that written on your paper. Stephanie, which one of these goes on the graph first? Very good. -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Sarah, what do you do from there? And? Good. All right, guys, when it's time to do these on your own, if you don't have this written on your paper, I'm not helping you with these, okay? I'm not helping people who don't take the time to write down the formula, okay? All right, and the last one. Peaches cost $8 per pound and pears cost $6 per pound at a local farmer's market. The total cost is $48. If X represents peaches and Y represents pears, which of the following gives a graph of the function? Okay, this one is different than what we've been doing. Somebody tell me one piece of useful information. Sure, something to circle. Very good. X represents peaches. That's very important. What's something else that's important? Good. Y represents pears. Okay? Very good. Total is $48. Okay? Anything else that's important?
Your $8 per pound of pears.
All right, so, well, $8 is for peaches. So 8 is peaches. What else? Pears. Okay, so this is where you kind of got to piece information together. So peaches cost 8. What else do you know about peaches? They're what? They're X. So look, I'm piecing together information. Peaches are 8 and peaches are X. So what do you think I'm going to put first? 8X. Very good. 8X. So peaches were $8 and peaches are X. Okay? Now, what other piece of information? Okay, what do I always do for total? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it equals 48 over here. So I'm doing piece by piece. All right, good, because it's $6 for pears, and pears are Y. So plus 6Y. Okay? All right, almost done. Andrew, what do I have to do with this before I pick a graph? Very good. And circle what? Caitlin, what moves to the other side? And Rebecca, what else do I do after subtract 8x? By 6. Very good. All right, so I'm going to write it right here. Y equals Levi, 48 divided by 6. 8. Guys, right here, well, 8 divided by 6. But it'll reduce. How do you reduce 8 and 6? So 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 6. So reduce it, and then drop down your x. Okay? All right. Sarah, which one of these is the y-intercept? All right, guys, I know it's hard to see on your paper, so you can just look up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that one cross at 8? Nope. So I can mark out A. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does this one cross at 8? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so all those cross at 8. Okay? Now, Gavin, after it crosses at 8, what else does it need to do? Huh? What does it need to do? It needs to go down 4 and over 3. So down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's really hard to see. I don't think that one's going to work, but we'll see. What about this one? Does it go down 4 over 3? No, that one's going up. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So down 4 over 3. No, I think this one is the best one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I think B is the best answer. It's really hard to see those graphs. All right, here's your Oyo.